What are other critical issues that you see out there that you think that PMI needs to work on? What about you said that all executives say, yeah, of course, we're doing it. I'm the PM Cowboy. I'm allowed to do this. I'm allowed to lovingly and critically question that.
Of course.
I think there's a big gap between what human beings, individuals think and feel, and the pressures that exist when you have an important role where you have shareholders and stakeholders and financial responsibility and economic crunch and technological disruption, and you often feel like an imposter. I can understand and empathize with CEOs that say, just another thing that's hanging around my neck. I don't know where to start. So I think there's a personal commitment. I don't think anybody's not green. I think the question is, when we work in an organization, can we maintain those principles, right? Yeah. So I would probably. Is there any initiatives that PMI is? But I'm guessing the certification and the standards are not just for project managers.
Yeah, exactly.
There should be good reads for the executives as well,
Absolutely,
right?
And I think you say it really nicely earlier as well, but like the CEOs or the executives or organization are also prioritizing sustainability, not only because it's the right thing to do, but it's because that's business value. And organizations are also talking about resiliency when they think about sustainability or regeneration, because it's not sustainability or profits. They are sensing that connecting sustainability or resiliency drives profit, because it brings about, exactly, it avoids risk, it promotes stakeholder engagement, revenue, employee engagement. So there are a lot of business factors that connect to sustainability. And I think that's the reason 99% of the CEOs says this is important, because it's not only
They
good.
know that it's important, but they might not know how to do it, but they know it's important.
Exactly. So I think we need to work in two layers, probably, or more. But one is like the CEOs, the vision, and the other is the execution. And I think the project profession has a key role to play in terms of the execution, but it's also an invitation for us project professionals to expand perspective beyond the triple constraint, to really be talking the business language, to really be showcasing the value of promoting sustainability in the business language.
I always thought that one of the key values of PMI, and this is an old saying from back in the 90s, there was this saying, think global and act local, right? I think, and you can think that way in your organizations as well. On a tactical or an operational level, there's other people dealing with sustainability. But at the top, the head has to be right as well. The strategic commitment needs to be. And I always said, PMI has local representation, but the great value of PMI on a corporate level is that corporations talk with corporations. You can talk with CEOs. Pierre talks with CEOs. You have many different advocates out there that are engaging CEOs and bringing the topic to the forefront and letting them know, hey, there's we as an organization are pushing that. So I think that's a huge value. I recently I did an MBA a long time ago, and one of the ladies that I was doing the MBA with, we met recently, and she was responsible for CSR and ESG in her company. And I was totally enthusiastic. I went to her and I was talking to her about triple balance, triple bottom line, and this whole impact thing. And I was coming from it from a totally idealistic perspective. And she was CFO in the company. She says, I hate to shoot a hot needle in your hot air bubble, but in our company, it's the legal department that does ESG. And I said, why is the legal department doing ESG? Just because any claims we have, anybody who sues us for anything, that's where it goes. And I was like, and so what am I actually trying to say here?